In this lesson, we'll be creating our next cash flow visualization. Okay, so let's duplicate this page. I'm going to call this number 3. Okay, what I'm going to do is delete all these. Okay, so I want to go to cash flow 1, and I want to copy the period slicer. Let's paste it here. I don't want to sync it. Okay, the next thing I want to do is cash flow vis 1. I want to go and take this detailed cash flow statement. Control C, Control V. As you can see, it's already formatted. Okay. What we want to do now is let's add some visualization. So let's do the KPI influencer. Okay, what I want to do here is let's visualize the end cash position. So in cash position, the cards is going to be the cards one because we want to format it to billions. So we put that in our indicator. We want to put the date, the year, and then what we want to do is the target goal. We want to show the end cash position cards for the prior year. Okay, so if you look at our measures, our comparatives, there we go, this one here, it's this one here. But what we want to do is we want to show that in billions as well, but so we have to create a new measure for that. Let's do that. End cash position last year, cards equals. We're just going to reference to the measure, so we're going to use end cash position last year times 1,000. Okay, so I'm going to drag that one over there. Then what we're going to do is we're going to format this to billions. There we go, 8.4. So on 2020, the end cash position was 8.2, which is this one here. Previous year was 5 billion, so it went up by 63.65%. So that's that one there. Okay, what I want to do is, next thing I want to do is I want to change the description. So let's just put cash position, cash growth. And I want to change the indicator text size to 25. Okay, so I'm going to do it like that. Okay, so that's the first one. Let's do Control C, Control V. Okay, I think here what I want to do is I'm going to show the movement in operating expenses, the growth in operating expenses. So the first one here I'm going to use is cash flow ops card. Okay. And then I want to show the cash operating last year, but I want to show the cards. So we need to create another measure for this. So we're going to reference to the measure for last year, cash flow CF on operating activities. Last year, this one, times 1,000. Okay, so this one should create it now. We just trying to figure out where Power BI has put it now. We just search for it, CF operating. For some reason it didn't create it. I just put all my cards, search for all my cards. Okay, I may have not hit enter, so I think that's my mistake. So let's just Oh, it is this one, yeah, sorry. We just need to call this L. Wow, there we go. There we go. This is a description. Okay, so we're going to take that and put it over here. Okay, so cash flow from operating activities 2.4. Prior year was 2.89, and the movement, it went up 184%. So that looks right to me. Okay. I'm just going to call this OPEX, operating activities. Okay, so we can tell the user just by looking at this is our cash went up by 8.24 billion, which is 63.35%, and our cash flow from operating activities also went up in 2020. So if you look at 2019, you can see cash was only 5, but there we had a negative cash flow from operating activities, which is this year. Okay. All right, let's let's copy the operating activities card. Copy, paste there. I'm going to do it again. And all we're going to do now is just we're going to do our investing and our financing activities, movements. Okay, so for the investing activities, let's just rename them. Okay, and this one I'm going to call financing. Okay, so then let's go back to investing. What first thing I'm going to do is the investment cards. I'm going to put it over there, and then I'm going to create the prior period cards for the investment, like we did for operating activities. Okay, so let's go new measure. Okay, let's call this CF Ops last year, or CF investment last year cards. We look cash flow for operating activities last year. So it's CF, sorry, it's CF. This one here. Times 1,000. There we go, so this one here, we can put that in here. Okay, so let's look at investing activities. So investing activities went down. Okay, so that movement there, I'm happy with that. Let's want to have a look here. Okay, so investing activities went up from negative 2.89 billion to 2.4 billion, so that's a positive 184%. So I'm going to have a look something here. So investing last year times 1,000, okay. All right, let's look at financing activities. So again, we want to do financing activities here. This card here, we want to bring in the finance activity cards, so the 1.24. Yes, the 1.24, there we go, financing activities. And then we also want to do a last year card for financing activities. CF Fin cards, last year cards equals CF Fin last year, this one here, times 1,000. There we go, it's this one here. Okay, so financing activities went down by 72.54%, so it went down. So our cash inflow went down, so that looks right to me. Okay, the next thing I want to do is I want to put in a variance. So I may just put these two next to each other like this. What I want to do now is just a little vertical analysis. or just say year on year, so horizontal analysis, year on year change. Let's just do that. So let's do a clustered bar chart. Like that. Okay, so here I'm going to go and put selected items. So maybe go to our template, drag in our cash flow items, and then I want to show the year-on-year changes. So under CF analysis, I want to take on this one. And we're going to show this as percentage, but I only want to show certain items. So we're going to go to our filter here. I want to show the beginning cash, the change in cash, in cash position, and I may just select those ones there. Okay, so you can do it like that. And what I want to do is just turn the data labels on. Okay, something like that. Maybe just change the color as well. Yeah, data labels. Data colors, sorry, data colors. Like that. Okay, so let's just test this. If we just minimize these columns. Okay, so what was our end cash position here? 63.35. So 60, here we go. 63.35 for 2020. So keep an eye on this one. If you go to 2019, you'll see it will show you all your changes year on year. And all these measures here change at the same time. Okay, happy with that. Looks good. So that's just another example of how we can visualize the cash flow statement. All right, so that concludes this lesson.